Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another video. I am doing another spread in my Pocky Art Journal today, and we're going to try to do a create along where I talk while I create, and I'm not really a talker, so we'll see how this goes. I guess I can always re-record audio later. So this is my color palette for today. It's a lot of pastels and not a lot of darks. So we're just going to kind of go with this general idea and not really stick with it too hard, particularly because I've already got color on this page. This is just a little scrap of paper that I had used when I was doing another art journal spread, and I had just used it to go around a piece of paper, and I was stamping the edges, and this is kind of how it turned out, which I thought was really nice, so I put it in my journal. And obviously it's not quite in the color palette, but it's, you know, close enough. This is a page from a county fair entry book. It's a rabbit department. I already put white gesso over this page because I'm not gonna obviously want this to show. I did put clear gesso on here. Now this I did with distress ink, so it was tricky putting the gesso on without smearing the ink. You kind of have to be really, really gentle, barely touch the page. It did smear just a little bit. That's the original and that's gessoed, but it still turned out all right. I was happy it didn't just turn into a big purple smear. So we're going to go ahead and start. Let's do a background color, and I think I'm going to do it in some gelatos. If we can find some decent colors here. Let's see. Here's a red. That will work. I don't know that I like this pink in particular. It's a little brighter, but I do kind of like it with this color. So yeah, we'll go with that one. Let's see. Don't really have any of these colors in here. I'm not even sure what this color is. Beige. That's not beige whatsoever. Not really sure what color that is. I definitely don't have anything of that color, so we might just not even go with that. Here's a gray. That's kind of close. That might look all right. Let's see. Yeah, I really don't have anything close to these dusty rose colors. I don't think I have any. This metallic. What color is this? Iced rosé. Yeah, that works. All right, we'll do a metallic in there. And we'll just put some of the color on the page. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't really plan these things out when I start. I think I want to do this on the outside. I've really had to learn how to let go of controlling everything and just play and see what happens. It can be a little stressful at first, particularly if you're making video, and of course you want the video to turn out. I suppose I should put some on this page too. And you think, oh goodness, what if I make something and it's like really bad? But I very rarely make an art journal spread that I can't turn into something decent. It does happen, and even if it does happen, I'll still publish it because, I mean, things don't always turn out and that's okay. It's good to learn something. I think I want some more of this color. Okay. So we've got that. I'm going to activate it with my baby wipe. When I first heard about using baby wipes, I really kind of resisted it. And I thought, I don't want to go back into the baby department. I haven't had babies in a long time. And I just kind of thought it was weird. But I have to say, they really work well. Okay, I'm being a little cautious here, just in case the gesso didn't quite cover, because I really don't want to smear this design from the stamp. It seems to be holding up okay. The thing with the clear gesso is that it makes your page gritty, which is a little hard to work with sometimes. This is much smoother on this side. Start with the light colors. Not sure how I feel about this gray. Doesn't show up real well, but I suppose it's all right to have areas that are lighter. There, that's nice. That's not bad. I have to say, at least with the grittiness of the clear gesso, it does keep the color on the page, and it's a little harder to keep the color on the page when it's really smooth like this, because it just kind of comes all off. So you have to be a little gentle with it. But if you're looking for a more translucent effect, then it works a lot better. Like I said, I'm not really a talker, so I tend to lose my voice when I talk a lot, so I apologize for that. But it can't be helped. Spread that kind of around up toward this part. This is too even. There we go. I think this is too even as well. I don't like it when it's too evenly coated. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I like that a lot. You can still see rabbit department though, but that's okay. We'll cover that up later. Okay, now I'm going to dry this. Now I like the kind of leaf shapes here. I thought about doing more of the stencil on this side. There goes my voice again. I'm so sorry. But I don't want to do the stamp over here because I think it would just be too symmetrical. I think I want to draw these same kind of leaf shapes over here and make them bigger. I'm thinking about using my watercolor markers, but with this background, I'm afraid it's not going to stick well. So I think I should use acrylics instead. Now the question is, what color do I want to use? I think I want to do some of them in this purple, kind of magenta purpley color. And then maybe I'll do, I kind of like this dark red. I think we'll do that. Okay, so I'll get my, let's see, that's similar, close enough. And red, that's close enough too, good. And it helps to have a brush. We'll do this. So this is a size 4 round brush. It might be a little bigger than I want. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. That's pretty much what I say with all my spreads. We'll try it and see. Okay. And this color looks like it's decent opacity, but it might be a little translucent. Might have to go over it once or twice. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this sort of shape. We'll start with the stem. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than what I wanted. But we'll just go with it. And we'll make it go off the page. So now I'm going to do the leaves, and I'm going to start at the top. Start with just the tip of the brush, and then press a little bit to make it wider, and release the pressure. Nice. And again, just the tip of the brush, and press, and release. Now, some of these are on the opposite sides of the stem, and some of them are not. So we'll just put these wherever and not really worry about placement too much. And this technique works really well, but you have to go slowly. So I am going to stop talking and speed up the rest of this process for you so you don't have to sit here and watch me do it forever. And we'll pick it back up in a little bit. Okay, I have my leaves done. I like that. I think it looks nice. It's not the exact color palette, but it's really good. I mean, I think it looks close enough. Okay, now what should we do next? I do want to kind of cover up where it says rabbit department, but I like those leaves enough that I don't want to cover them too much. This is a problem that I find with my work, is that when I have something that I like, I know I should put more layers over it, but I don't want to cover up what I already like. I'm always afraid I'm going to ruin it. But something needs to go there, definitely, for sure. What if we put some circles there? Let's see. Something in this peachy color. I'm pretty sure I have a Posca marker that's similar to that. It's pretty orange. Both of those are awfully orange. This is better. Definitely think one of these two. Let's start with a dark one. I can always outline it or put a lighter color over the top. That's the good thing about acrylics. You can just go right over them if you don't like it, and it's like it never happened. Okay, there we go. All right. We'll just put some circles here. So I don't mind having that bar across there. I just don't want to be able to see it says rabbit department. Then instead of looking at your work, people will be like, what is rabbit department? What does that mean? I mean, I guess if you want a conversation starter, but that's not really something I want to go into. I did not show rabbits at the county fair, by the way. I did art and crochet and crafty things. Although my uncle used to show rabbits. I kind of like that. I think the dark was a good choice because it puts it into the background and it doesn't overpower the leaves, but it's still there. So now that we have that, stick it behind here because I can see the number 8. Okay. So now let's put some on this side. Where do I want to put them? I could put some here in the corners. I could put some here. I think I'll put them here. They'll show up more against this red. but this side needs more of a focal point anyway, because right now all we have is border. You can hear the scratching that is happening because of the grit in the gesso. I can't decide if I want to do one more or if I want to leave it there. I think I'll do one more. Yep, better. Okay. That's good, I like that. Now, what's next? I don't like to overcrowd my spreads. Sometimes I will end up overcrowding them and then it's just too busy for me and I don't like it. But I don't want to quite leave this as is yet. I think I will take my Micron pen and I think we'll draw some more leaves. And I think I'll do one here and then one across here. And then put my sentiment there. Let's see. Do I want to come this way with it and this way? Or do I want to come across here and here? Maybe I'll do this shape with the pen, with these kind of blobbies. Well, I know I want to come across here, so we'll start with this one. Oh, goodness. Sometimes it can be hard to draw over the gelatos. Okay. That's all the further I want to go. All right. This is looking a little bit insubstantial. So I'm going to take a little thicker pen. There, that's much better. I'm tempted to get some scrapbook paper and put some leaves in this corner, maybe one here. I'm not sure if it'll be too much, but the good thing about collage is you can experiment and play with it without it being permanent, like if I had done it with paint. So let's get some paper. See if I can find. Okay. This is some of the colors I want, but I think it matches too much actually, and I'll get lost. I'd have to make the leaves too big with those dots. Oh, I kind of like this blue. Hmm. It's kind of that peachy color. It's not bad. It's too light. Too busy. Oh, that's nice. That matches those dots. Yeah, let's do that. Cut a section out of here. Okay. So let's start with a little one. Let's kind of try to match this leaf shape here, I think. Something like this. And I'll do another little one, I think, on that side. A little too pointy on that side. The wide part and back toward the stem. Yep, I like that. That's the problem with having a book that doesn't quite lie flat. Nothing stays where you put it. Do another one. I want these to be shaped similarly, but not exactly the same. It's nice to have leaves that are organic, because no leaves are the same in nature, so you don't want them the same in art either, unless you're purposely trying to create something that's the same. Now, the thing with this is I like it, but it makes the bottom really heavy. So I don't want the bottom to be heavy. 1 is good. Actually, maybe this. I think that's much better. It adds to it, but doesn't create a focal point. So that will be good. Now, let's take metallic. Sure, we'll try the metallic marker. This is a Jelly Roll metallic pen. Quite like the Jelly Roll. It draws on pretty much anything. Oops. Get over here. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, nice. Now, do I want to outline with the jelly? I don't think so. Because I don't have these outlined. I think it would draw too much attention. It would make it too separate from the rest of it. So we'll just leave it with this. Let's see. I had this one here, right? Ugh. The old brain does not function the way it used to. Hard time remembering sometimes. I suffer from a couple of chronic illnesses, and that can affect my memory. Also, I'm just getting old, but shh. No one needs to know that. This one here. And this one. Right up to the edge. There. There, that's perfect. I like that a lot. All right, the last thing is to put my sentiment. I think today I'm going to look for one from a book. I just got this book from a thrift store. These books are fantastic for finding sentiments. All sorts of things in here. Oh, kind of like this color. That's good too, but I really like the contrast with that. So you can see kind of see the gray in spots here, just a couple of spots, and I think that really makes it pop. How many grays do we have here? I really like this. They're all different colors. Oops, there was a gray. Nope. Hmm. Perspective. I like that. So, oh, I like that. Feel however you feel. That's really good for those of us who had our feelings invalidated a lot. It took me a long time to learn it's okay to actually feel things and have my own emotions. I used to feel like I didn't have a right to have my own emotions. I always had to feel what other people were feeling. Their emotions were more important, which of course is nonsense. But I had to learn that. And I know I'm not the only one. However you feel is perfectly okay. Now, what you do with those feelings, that can take some discipline. It's kind of small. Yep, that's not big enough. So what we're going to do is take another piece of paper to put behind it. And we'll see what I've got in here. These are all of my, not all of my papers. I have a lot of papers, but these are all my papers of this size. I like the shiny. I think that would be good. So we'll cut a strip of this. This one in the front. Okay. Try to actually cut it straight. That would be lovely. And of course, you know, if you're really a stickler about it, you can get out your ruler and make sure it's perfect. But I think art is about not being perfect. And it's definitely something I had to learn how to do. My whole life, I've tried to be perfect. And my whole life, I have been stressed out. That's probably part of the reason why I ended up with one of my chronic illnesses, which affects my nervous system. There's definitely a lot less stress and a lot more freedom once you learn not to be perfect all the time, and that it's okay to not be perfect. And it doesn't matter if other people think you should be perfect, because they're not perfect either. There. Stay down. Not quite finished yet. I like it, but I think it needs an outline. Let's see. We do have purple. I have purple markers. I don't really have that plummy purple though. So, let's see, what else? Do I have one in here? It's closer. It's still not quite the color I want, but I think next to the pink, it might be okay. We'll find out. If I don't like it, I will do something else. It's all about just trying something and seeing what it looks like. I want to be a little sketchy with it and not so perfectly straight. Yeah, I think that's all right because it's next to the pink. Kind of fools the eye a little bit, makes it a little pinker than it otherwise would be. All right. I like this. It's rather calming. So, yeah. What do you think? Thanks for coming along on another art journey with me. I'll see you next time.